Did you know that there's multiple ways to use your out of office or vacation responder in your email? It doesn't just have to be when you're out of the office. I'll show you how to use Gmail's vacation responder, and we'll talk about different ways you could use that today on Tuesday Tech Training. Hello, and welcome to today's Tuesday Tech Training. My name is Jennifer Stewart. I'm the owner of Gateway Productivity, and I'm a tech and productivity trainer. Today, I'll show you how to use Gmail's vacation responder. And as I said in the introduction, it doesn't always have to be used when you're out of the office, and you may be more familiar with it being called out of the office or out of office responder or something like that. And that's fine. You can continue to call it that. Just know that when you're looking for it in your Gmail settings, they call it vacation responder. We'll start by looking at how to do the vacation responder in Gmail, and then I'll talk to you about some different ways you might utilize that. To access the vacation responder in Gmail, you'll go to this gear right here, that's your settings. And this here is for the look and feel of your inbox. We want the see all settings to get deeper into the settings. And you can see along the top here, I call those tabs. There's tabs for lots of different things, but the vacation responder doesn't have its own tab. It's at the very bottom of the general tab. So we'll scroll to the very bottom here. And you can see here is our vacation responder. The first thing we'll look at is this message that they have right here. It says that the vacation responder will send an automated reply to incoming messages. And the big thing is, if a contact sends you several messages during the time frame when you're gone, the automated reply will only be sent once every 4 days. So let's say you went out of town and you have somebody in your office who is emailing you frequently. They will only get the out of office response every 4 days. They won't get it for every single email that they send you if they're back-to-back days. So you don't have to worry about people getting inundated with your out of office replies. So that's a nice thing to know. The next piece we'll look at is turning the vacation responder on. And you have a couple of options here. Number one, you can just choose to turn it on when you're about to leave the office. And in that case, you don't really need to worry about the first day, last day. You can turn this on or off. You can uncheck last day. You can see it says it's optional. And first day will default to the day that you turn this on. So you don't even have to use the last day. That's something you'll want to take a little time to think about if you do want to use it, because I've had many instances where I used that, but I didn't think it through. And so the vacation responder stayed on for a while past when I got back. So you want to think about the first day, obviously, is the day that you're actually going to be out of the office. And then the last day is the day before you get back to the office. Sometimes I'll think about, well, I'm back on Monday the 10th, and that's what I put in there, but really it needs to be Sunday the 9th. So think through that if you choose to use the first day and last day. And I have noticed that it doesn't necessarily always turn it off on that last day. So be aware of that. It'll have a big yellow line, which I'll show you in just a minute, so you'll know whether it's on or off. So that's the first day, last day. And your subject, obviously, I usually say out of the office until in a certain date, because that conveys a lot of good information to the person. Then with the body of the email, this is the type of thing I typically put. Thank you for your email. I will be out of the office until date or day. I will not be checking emails while I'm gone. If you need immediate assistance, please call, leave a detailed message. You'll want to make sure that you customize that to what you need. If you will not be checking emails and there's no way to get a hold of you, tell them that. If you will be checking emails and you're going to check at different intervals, let them know that. Give as many specific pieces of information as you can, because that sets their expectations exactly where they should be. Rather than them guessing as to when you're going to see their email, you can be very clear here as to what's going to happen. For my vacation responder, I already had my signature in there, but it doesn't automatically put that. So let's back out of this for a second. I'll take it out so that you can see what the process is to put that in there. So we'll take this out. So this is the plain information. And speaking of plain information, in order to add a picture or any kind of formatting, you need to be able to see this line here. This is called rich formatting. And right here is where you can switch back and forth. If you just want it to be very plain like this, no picture, you might put your name at the end or some information about you, that's fine. This is what the plain text editing looks like. You can see all of those options go away. You want to have the rich formatting turned on if you're going to want to put a picture or something like that in. If you don't have your signature set up, you can pull all of your information here. Your picture is right here to insert an image. I do have a signature already set up, so I'm going to make some space for it here, and I'm going to go up and copy it. And you want to make sure you get the entire thing. Sometimes it's easier to go from the bottom and come up and click and drag. And I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to go down here and I will paste that. And you can see it now has my signature at the end. It will not automatically add that. So be sure to add that to your out of office or your vacation responder in this case. This last piece is only send a response to people in my contacts. I tend to not check that because even though I don't love that the out of office or the vacation responder goes out to companies that are sending me newsletters and things like that, and who knows if they even receive those, but the issue is if I had a prospect who emailed me, then they would not be in my contacts yet. And so I want to make sure that they receive that message. So I don't usually check that box. If you're internal to an organization and really need this only to go out to those people and they're in your contact list, then by all means, to go ahead and check that box. When you're done setting up your vacation responder, be sure to click the Save Changes. It is not an auto save feature. So we'll save the change, and I'm going to move my picture so that you can see what this looks like. Once you've turned it on, you'll have this big yellow line, and it'll say out of the office until, and this was the subject line that it put right here. And you can either get back to the settings. If you know you made a mistake, you can get it to them really fast here, or you can just end it. And I'm going to end this one now. And what I like to do, I don't always really trust the system, so I tend to go in and look at my settings after I click that end now, but this is good anyway, so you can see what happens. We'll see all settings, and you can determine whether you want to do this or not. You don't necessarily have to when you're done. We'll go to the bottom, and we can see now it has clicked the button Vacation Responder off. Now we'll talk about a few examples of different ways that you can use your vacation responder. Obviously, you can use it when you're out of the office, on vacation, anything like that, but you could also use it if you are in meetings and you want to convey to people that you can't get back to them right away. And then one of my favorites is if you choose to check email at specific times during the day, which is a great productivity tool. Then you could set up an autoresponder or vacation responder in this case that says when you will get back to people, when you check your email. This sets up great expectations for people because they know they won't hear back from you immediately, but they know when to expect to hear back from you during the day. This is very specific and doesn't work for everyone, but it's something to consider. If you choose to do that, be sure when you go on vacation or you're out of the office for some reason to go into that vacation responder, change the message, maybe copy and paste your original message into a document and save it somewhere. And then when you get back, you can change it back to your original message about when you check emails. Have you had a light bulb moment from this training? If so, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have a question, you can leave that in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can also give the video a thumbs up or share it with someone you think could benefit from the information. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the red button below. Once you do that, you'll see a bell icon. And if you click on that, you'll receive notifications each time a new video is posted. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.